Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Abby with Abby Reviews, and this is going to be my review and recap for Lovers and Friends Season 2, Episode 4. I think we're on 3 or 4. 4. 3, 4. I don't know. It's the new episode. Y'all know what the hell is going on. Let's listen. I don't like any of the picks for the Bachelors. I feel like this is going to go left. Ignore my hair. I'm going to comb it eventually today. I just didn't want to appear on camera with a bonnet while I do this before I do my get ready with me. Let's get into this, shall we? Okay, so we're on the group date. We're on the first group date with Dennis and Dee and Lonnie, I think his name is. And they went to this rock climbing. Okay, so they doing all the rock climbing activities. And so, Dennis falls a couple times. And, Lonnie goes to help him and try to make sure he's good and okay. So Dennis and Dee sit down to have like a more in-depth conversation. And Dennis is like, well, why should I choose you over the other candidate? And he starts talking about how Lonnie is touchy-feely and that's not him. And, checking to see if you're okay. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm going to just let you whatever. No. Check on me. Make sure I'm okay. If you see me fall, help me get up. Like, what the fuck? And then Dennis, almost call that boy slow. Dennis talk about, oh, that's a real grown, mature answer. Where? Who? What? How? How, Sway? Okay. This is, I'm gonna be single until Jesus come back. I can feel it. Before I get into this interruption by Lonnie, I would just like to say that this nigga D was an hour late to your date. An hour late. Couldn't have been me because it wouldn't have been no date. Because clearly you don't want to be on this date because you're an hour late. An hour late. And can we not forget that this nigga is the one that said he just got out of a relationship 2 weeks ago? And when asked was he looking for love, he couldn't answer what in the affirmative. Okay. All right. Okay, so Dennis is talking to Lonnie. I can't remember the baby's name. And he tells him he's a Libra, and they scratch the music, and then he was like, they be pussyfooting around, and I don't have time for their indecisiveness. I haven't seen Lonnie show any said indecisive. In fact, he came and interrupted your time with D, so he could get some time with you. I seem very decisive action to me, but who is me? What do I know? So, their group date is over. I guess it was successful. We're going to see what happens with Lionel. Okay, for Lionel's date, this is a cute idea. There is a caterer or a private chef there, and they are doing a cook-off, and they're both going to make a quiche, and then Lionel gets to decide who made the best quiche. So this time, Mike was late to the date, but he was 15 minutes late. He said he was at work and it was raining outside and he didn't want to show up empty handed. So he stopped and got some roses, some beautiful red and white roses. Lionel said ain't nobody never gave him roses. So he's going to accept this gift because the man was late. Kelvin, who is the other man, who this is my first time seeing. I feel like this is my first time seeing Kelvin. I don't know where Kelvin's been through this whole process, but hey, Kelvin. It is very giving, very much. I got a lot of mouth. I'll say whatever I want because what you gonna do about it? Type of. That's the zhuzh that he is giving me, and it's gonna be cute. It's cute the first couple times, but that kind of thing would get on my nerves. It just would. When did the chef start running this date? Like, I'm so confused. What's going on? Because Lionel and Mike was having a conversation. He asked, what did you think about my friends picking you? And he was like, I left feeling like, what if you had picked me? And before Lionel could respond to that, the chef was like, okay, we got 15 minutes to wait on these quiches. You're going to have a private conversation with each of these. Who made you, and who put you in charge of the date? Who's in charge of the girls around here? Calvin asked Lionel, you haven't slept with your best Judy's husband, have you? Your cousins. Baby, what is you talking about? And I feel like he just babbled on with a bunch of nonsense. And Lionel seemed to confirm that in his confessionals. And he was like, but there's something about him. There's just something about him. Confusion. That's what it is. Good confusion and delusion. And I feel like on the low, that the chef is trying to be the third bachelor on this date. Also, Kelvin and Mike don't. Mike seems to be respectful, but Kelvin ain't got no respect. No respect. I gotta stop watching Criminal Minds. Yeah, this okay. Oh. So Calvin is a whole jackass. Yeah, so the quiches is ready to be tasted by Lionel. So Mike goes first. Calvin is keeping up a steady stream of bull throughout this whole process. So Mike says, let me sit down. He's like, they make sure the food is completely cooked because nobody wants salmonella. He was like, let me feed it to you. He trying to be all cute and sexy with it. Kate, really, because Kelvin with his smart ass keep throwing out smart ass comments, talk about his rat poison. And then he's like, you blowing on his food. Have you been vaccinated? And he was like, yes, I have. Have you? And he was like, yeah, my CDC card. Oh, merciful. Oh, how wondrous is the name of the Lord. I cannot with this. This is too much. This is too... Yeah. So Lionel tastes his food, Mike's quiche, and he was like, oh, it's really good. I was surprised. He was like, I wasn't sure why I thought Mike couldn't cook, but he did really well. And then Kelvin talk about, let me get you some water so you can get that rat poison out your throat and you can taste my meal, a real meal, a southern meal. Baby, you cook the same quiche. You cook the same quiche as Mike. What? It's giving very much the same meal. What are you talking about? The amount of shit talking on this date between Kelvin and Mike is just immaculate. Oh, Jesus Christ. Lionel literally spit out that boy's quiche. He was like, oh, it's nasty. Kelvin is steady talking. He been bragging this whole time. He a cook. He do this. Ba ba ba. Ow. And baby, he spit it out. He spit it into a tissue. Mike got him a tissue to spit it out so he could throw it away. It's funny to me. So I am confusion. It's the end of the group date with Dennis, and he says, now it's time I got to pick one of you to go on a second date with. I'm confused. Didn't at the end of the show, if you, I'm confused. What? I thought it would be now you're going on individual dates with each person, and then you pick the person that you want to continue dating. Not, I'm confused. What the format? What is what? What if you go pick one? I'm really confused about this new format. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So what happens if you don't like the guy you go on a second date with? Do you start over the process? Like, I'm confused. How does this work? How does this work? Markel, how does this work? Okay, so Dennis picks Lionel to go on a second date with him. I've been calling this child Lenny the whole time. Y'all let me call this boy the wrong name the whole time. His name was Lionel this whole time. Okay. Well, at least Dennis had the sense enough not to pick D for the second date. Because if so, then I would have been like, okay, he's destined to be by himself. Because clearly he can't see the forest for the trees. But clearly he may have a little vision, so he picked Lionel. Let's see what who Lionel picks. I think he's going to pick Mike. He should pick Mike, if he had any sense. Okay, so Lionel ended up picking Mike. Kelvin was clearly in his feelings and upset. But that is how the episode ended. And then they're going to go on private dates next week. But again, if they've already picked the person, the show is over. Like, this don't make no damn sense. Maybe there's a twist coming. Like, is next week's episode the last episode? I'm confusion. I am complete and utter confusion. But we'll see what happens next time on Lovers and Friends. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a kid, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.